Yo, what's up guys? You got PokeaimMD here. Welcome back to the next part of the OU Road to Top 10. If you guys missed any of the previous episodes, check out the playlist down below. Today we're using a team by my boy Finchinator. It has Spike, Skarmory, and I don't think I've used Skarmory and OU yet this generation, but I've definitely lost to it a few times. But basically the idea of the team is you Spike stack, you trap opposing steals with Magnezone, and then you hopefully sweep late game or clean up late game with Rillaboom. But yeah, if you guys want to use the team, check out my website, PokeaimMD.com. The link is down below. And also, if you're new, feel free to subscribe. I'm on my way to 250,000 subscribers, and 300K by the end of the year is my goal. You help me out by subbing, but only if you like the content. Without further ado, though, let us get right into the team preview. Alright, so we're starting off today's team with Skarmory. Skarmory gives us an answer to Excadrill, an answer to Rillaboom via Body Press and Toxic. Pokemon that can wear down Hippowdon, and Toxic is just nice in general because it hits a lot of the meta game. Mandibuzz is a defogger that would otherwise try to get rid of your spikes, and obviously getting off a Toxic on something like Como or Kingdra if it's rain, or even defensive Pokemon like Slowbro and Tangrowth makes them do their job, or makes it a lot harder for them to do their job. So it's Spikes, Body Press, Roost, and Toxic, physically defensive. And there, it's just near the wall, and then we have Sturdy, that way we can actually survive a hit guaranteed. Magnezone is the next member on the squad, and we're using Choice Specs Magnezone with the role of getting rid of Skarmory or Corviknight. I think that it's really nice because we do have a Rillaboom on this team, so basically getting rid of those two really solid answers for Rillaboom if it's not Swords Dance, because we are a Choice Band Rillaboom on this team, is really cool. With the Choice Specs Thunderbolt, they can't switch due to Magnet Pull. Flash Cannon obviously strong versus fairies and ground types in general. It's solid, and the one Pokemon that resists like both of these in the OU metagame, Excadrill, you can just teleport on out of. I guess Ferrothorn also resisted too, but you can also teleport out as they come in, so you get that -6 switch. We no longer have Hidden Power Fire. I really wish they gave Magnezone over here. Oh well. Next up, we do have Clefable. Physically defensive Clefable is our Urshifu answer. It's also our Stealth Rock for the team. The idea behind today's team is get up as many hazards as possible because we don't have a defogger on this squad. In fact, our hazards are our defogger, if that makes sense. Basically, by setting up enough hazards, defoggers will want to defog away hazards as it starts to rack up. But between Clefable having Magic Guard, Skarmory being immune to all hazards besides rocks, Magnezone not really caring about Toxic Spikes because it's a Steel type, and you'll see our next Pokemon in a second, we're all right. But this provides a Stealth Rocker and a Urshifu answer, a decent check to Pokemon like Dragapult as well, depending on the set. Then we have Knockoff as well to get rid of Black Sludge, Heavy Duty Boots, Leftovers, whatever it is. That way our spikes actually start to rack up versus the opponent. Gastrodon is the next member in the squad. We're running Heavy Duty Boots, especially defensive, with Sticky Hold over Storm Drain. Now, while that doesn't help in the rain matchup as much, because we obviously get 2 KO by Specs King to Hydro Pump, it is nice because we're guaranteed to keep our Heavy Duty Boots, which means we will never be taking hazard damage on this Gastrodon. Scald, Toxic, and Recover. Think of this Molten Light Toxic Specs basically for the team, but a Toxic Specs that's also a Magnezone answer as well. And Strong versus Zeraora, and Pokemon like that, and Rotom Heat, better versus Toxapex in those cases. Then we do have Clear Smog, which is supposed to stop setup, whether it be, Nasty Plot from Rotom or Alakazam, Quiver Dance from Volcarona that doesn't run Giga Drain, and so on and so forth. We have Dragapult with the Heavy Duty Boots as well, does not care about the hazards, which is why, again, this is a defogless and spinless balance. So again, like the idea is to wear down my opponent with hazards, and the combination of that plus knockoff, get rid of their steals. We have Thunder Wave to make our Hex stronger. We have 68 attack because it lets us 2-hit KO defensive Volcarona with Dragon Darts, basically like a max HP Volcarona and some bulk. We can 2-hit KO with Dragon Darts, and by that I mean we have to click Dragon Darts twice, not that it actually 2-hit KOs, but U-turn for momentum. Obviously Dragon Darts is also good. It doesn't miss. It's good for Pokemon like Hydreigon, Infiltrator, cool, was nice for Sob and Screens. And yeah, Thunder Wave just to power up our Hex. And last but not least, we have Choice Band Rillaboom. This thing is really solid in general in the metagame, obviously, which is why we're running Skarm. But it's also really cool when you have Corviknight and Skarmory dead, because Magnezone trapped them. And obviously it also supports its own stuff. Like if your opponent even has, like, let's say even Shed Shell on those Pokemon, you knock them off and you're good. So we have double knockoff between this and Clef. This also helps our rain matchup because we have the Grassy Glide, which is really good for Kingdra after hazards. and even the rare Barraskewda, I guess, as well as the Urshifu. Depending on, I mean, they might not even go for Surging Strike just because of what we have, which is weird because we have Gastrodon plus Dragapult, so it's kind of tough for them to decide what move to go for. They might just end up clicking U-turn every single time. But that is the team for today. Let us get right into the video. All right, so let's look for our first game. Honestly, a little bit tired this morning, so I'm hoping not to have the, maybe not the longest video today, I would say. But let's see. So looking at it, I love Magnezone here. Basically, 1, 2, 3, they're all paired together. Really dislike Magnezone a lot. The Hydreigon is definitely a threat. I'm thinking that Hydreigon is more than likely Nasty Plot on this build. But as long as I play, I don't even know if aggressively is a term, but as long as I play well versus it, I should be okay to not lose a Pokemon immediately. So my Skarmory wall is Excadrill and can Spike Stack, which is really nice here. Clefable knocks off my opponent's entire team's items, which is really good for Skarmory Spike Stacking. It also just matches up well versus Hydreigon. Dragapult has the highest speed tier, which is going to be very useful for Hydreigon too, in breaking that. And I can see Rillaboom actually doing something late game if I can end up trapping the Skarmory. So we're going to go Clefable just because it matches up well versus 4 out of 6 of their Pokemon, and it doesn't give me too bad of a situation versus Hydreigon that I feel the need to switch. And right here, I'm just going to knock off Hippowdon's potential leftovers or Rocky Helmet, whatever, just to make spikes stack up a lot quicker. I don't really care too much about Pex either. This is another Mon I just want to knock off too. Toxic Spike aren't the biggest deal because I have double heavy-duty boots. And I have ways of dealing with that as well. And the fact that they're knockoff means that my Sticky Hole Gastrodon doesn't have to care too much about what they go for. Cannot be knocked off. Perfect. And what I'll do here is I'll Toxic, seeing as how, I mean, I guess they could burn me, but if they go Hydreigon, I get something out of the turn. Hey, and now if they want a Nasty Plot, considering I do have a Clefable, I'm okay. So that's really good for Rillaboom. So we're going to clear Smog here, that way they can't Nasty Plot. They shouldn't be able to knock me out with Draco Meteor either. And the fact that I 1v1 them in this scenario really, really helps out. So I'll recover up once. I didn't think they'd Draco, but basically now they're in range of Grassy Glide. Grassy Glide is good for Hippowdon. It's good for Excadrill. I do have Thunder Wave on Dragapult, which is something I kind of want to go for here in this scenario, but on Clef. Ooh, and they are Life Orb. Okay. Huh. Okay, so they're Life Orb Clefable. They obviously didn't take damage, but I mean, I could tell based on the damage itself. So, probably Thunderbolt or Thunder. I basically just recover spam and then click Clear Smog as needed. Special attack drop doesn't matter either. I know they can't deal with my zone. I just don't want to. I can recover Gastrodon in front of a few Pokemon here, so we'll go zone now. And I'm gonna tell. Oh, they got a special attack drop, huh? Okay, I'm gonna teleport here. Otherwise, I would have Flash Cannon, but basically, this allows me to get in Skarmory and start Spike Stacking. I'm not as worried about a Hippowdon. This is gonna be really good for Toxapex, as well. And this gives me a recover with my Gastrodon here. New tech? What are you talking about? Didn't even know I had that? Hold up. Okay, I'm just making sure, because, like, I mean, this is the premier spiker. Okay, good. I'm just making sure. He might double off of this, but this gives me a nice and free recovery here. And, I needed to wear him down. I need to trap Skarmory with Zone. I do. How much did he do? 37. That's a roll at worst. And he's doing 40 now, yeah. So Basically, the idea is, I guess, stalling it out of Moonblast. I don't really care about the drops either. Though at this point, they're going to recover, right? So I'm actually going to go for Toxic on Clefable. I know it's Magic Guard, but I just want to boost my Hex for later because Clefable looks really strong here, too. Or, excuse me, my Pult looks extremely strong here as well. And we'll use Rillaboom now. I'm banded. Not too much to think about. I have Hazards up. Toxapex, if it's not physically defensive, will die. Hey, so we get rid of Pex, which is amazing. And this does allow them to get in Hydreigon if they want to be a little bit aggressive and kind of just anticipate me to... I guess they can go probably just pivot. No, it's absolutely fine if the Fable goes down. Like, actually, I just Hexed to a KO. So, yeah, I think that's fine. I'll let them Flash Cannon me. They'll die to Hex next, and I don't have to worry too much about that. Like, Hex is absolutely free here with Hazards up. Could also just U-turn. I actually don't lose too much by clicking U-turn, so I'm gonna do that. Considering the combination of hazards is going to be racking up. So they go down there. Scarm says, hey, if you go Excadrill, I'll body press you. We'll make the zone play on the Thunder. I'm just going to Specs Flash Cannon here, considering last time they went to Powdon. Yeah, nice. Positionally, I would love to have Rillaboom in here, but... Oh, I mean, if they're going to give me Drill as well. I mean, it's probably leftovers Drill, too. But positionally, I would have loved to have... what's it called in, but I mean I don't care too much about this. I just set up a spike again, so that way Hippowdon can't come in later. Now I'll just go Gastrodon. Spam Clear Smog. This lets me get in Rillaboom now. Click Woodhammer. I'm assuming they'd sack Hippowdon there. So I'm going to click Woodhammer. Because Spike Up means that Hippo dies and there's no sand. And I believe Clefable should be 2 KO'd, especially if it's Life Orb. So it doesn't have the leftovers recovery. I don't think they'd go Scarm. And I do think I beat Scarm via Thunder Wave plus Hex. And Hex kills Excadrill too. So I mean, this is the position I was looking for. Banded Rillaboom to put in work. Maybe I should try Shed Shell. Yeah, why not? Shoot, it's a good item. I mean, they could still spike and smack my Magnezone. They might be thinking I might try and U-turn. They're gonna sack. They should always sack a Powdon here though. Or I guess they could try and give me Clef. Hey, not bad. Not bad at all. So Excadrill comes out. I simply go Scarm as they click Iron Head. I Roost. And between Thunder Wave and Hex, we should win the game. Excadrill isn't a threat, even if his Swords Dance up. They were worried about me U-turning as they go Scarm and giving it to me, but I do think they should have sacked the Powdon. GG, dude. Nice. So their Skarmory more than likely just can't touch my... Maybe their Roost, Defog, Body Press Spikes, so they can't touch Heavy Duty Boots, Dragapult. That I'm just assuming at that point, but cool. I don't know if it was as clean as I would want it, just because I haven't played versus Life Orb Clef with this team, but definitely, at least it ended how I thought it would, with Rillaboom putting in work. and just spiking to help out. You know, that's kind of how I wanted, but I'm not sure if, like, had I like, instead of teleporting the first time as a Powdon came in, I thought they would go drill always. But had I flash cannon the first time, I think it would have just been like a wrap, because they would have died to Spike plus hazards after that, and then I wouldn't have had to worry later. But I don't know. I don't know if that was the best overall. But we got a cool team from my opponent here. They have Lycanroc, which is really nice. Zone when I have. I'm assuming they're analytic though. Maybe not. Honestly, it does look like they'd be analytic on this type of build. But Skarmory's main role is to do a Lycanroc to an extent. I love my Pult in this game. Absolutely love my Pult. Gastrodon deals with this. Clefable deals with Urshifu and potentially Dragapult. Rillaboom can hopefully check some of these members. I'm a little bit worried about Como, though Como might be the rocker if Lycanroc isn't their rocker. Overall, Dragapult is phenomenal as a lead. Gives me a good matchup versus basically everything. And I can always just get in zone on their Corviknight, which will help out Rillaboom a lot. But Pult just seems to be the best all around as they end up leading off of Como. I don't see a reason not to click Dragon Darts here as they go Corviknight. I'm assuming they U-turn, but I'm going to Thunder Wave in case they want to body press. But they didn't want me to trap them with zone, basically. But Thunder Waving them is going to... I mean, if they can't move and they try and U-turn, you know, you guys get where I'm coming from, right? Obviously. Clefable is my best switch in here. I'm assuming they might U-turn or just go right for Wicked Blow, which is fine. We're going to softball it up once just because we know they're Life Orb now, and we didn't want them Poison Jabbing there, but we also didn't want to Moonblast as Magnezone came in, and I always have a Gastrodon, which should, in theory, wall them. Like, Gastrodon can deal with so much on their team. So, in theory, I wall this Magnezone, unless they gave it Grass Beam or something that I didn't know about. I wonder how much Analytic Steel Beam would do to Gastrodon upon switching. I mean, I wouldn't mind them giving me that Mon, because in general, this Mon's very good versus their team. Is this Dragon Dance? Oh boy. It is. Okay. So I messed up a little bit there. For sure. I messed up a little bit there for sure. They cannot touch me this turn though. I'm just trying to think, like, do I risk this roll? I don't think I do. I'm gonna assume it's okay of me to Moonblast once more. And then go Skarm and attempt to Toxic, assuming we live this, of course, as we don't. So I just have to get this play right, like, versus what they're going to do. Which really sucks because I'm still in a worse position versus Urshifu, and Skarm was good. So, not the end of the world, but definitely a lot tougher for me to deal with them. The good thing is I get 2 turns of recovery, so they shouldn't be able to... I don't think they'll kill me at 80% exactly. The bad thing is Urshifu is obviously a giant threat. And me walling their Como has become a lot harder. So they should always go Urshifu. I would say anyway. Now can Life Orb Urshifu knock out Rillaboom in any hit? Hey. Give me Life Orb. Well, that's smart too. Because I hit basically every member on my team. I want a U-turn here, but they'll probably go Como as their mid-ground, but I'm still going to do it. Yeah, I think this is still the best play. And I can just Hex after. Like I said, that's not the biggest problem versus my team. It's this beast of a Mon. Can I beat Como if I let this thing go down? I don't know. But I think Thunder Waving has to do with me beating it though. I do. Okay, 1, 2. Just give me an extra second to think. I beat Corviknight, so I'm actually just gonna U-turn here. Oh, okay, like I said, I thought Thunder Waving would give me my best shot of beating them, and it ended up doing so. I know I got lucky there, but I couldn't see a way that I had that without Thunder Waving them. To at least let Magnezone beat them. I am okay with Corviknight going down. It's still not over, by the way. But these guys get smacked. Oh, the fact that they gave me Zone, which is Assault Vest, is really cool too. And I also, the fact that I crit the hell out of that zone 100 times. Yo, what the hell, man? Alright, Urshifu comes out. I definitely go out into Rillaboom and click Woodhammer here. No matter what play they make. They're gonna go for. They should go for Sucker Punch just to try and clean up late game with Lycanroc. I have Dragapult as a switch-in. I'm gonna keep Woodhammering here as they go for Iron Defense. The main reason I Woodhammered is because if they double out into Urshifu, I had to sack them on. Then again, I guess I got Paras on my side, right? Thunder Punch. Just gonna Hex here. It does more than me. I mean, it does decent damage to Urshifu. I don't want to lose to that. Honestly, I don't lose anything by clicking Dragon Darts. I don't. Their Thunder Punch is their coverage move, which shouldn't make too big of a deal, and I can sweep them via Gastrodon, via Rillaboom, so that's what I'm just going to go for. As they go right for Wicked Blow there. It might just come down to some 50-50s. Now they're guaranteed in range of Grassy Glide, so that's cool. Actually, one more should win me the game. So we get in you. Click Grassy Glide. I think I just click Grassy Glide until I die almost. I'm gonna Grassy Glide again. They don't, yeah. I figured. So at that point, like I said, I think I keep clicking it until I die. They might double this turn, though, into Urshifu. I don't want to lose to Urshifu. That's the problem. If I get in Dragapult now, I win. If they double to Urshifu and I get in Dragapult, I still have a chance of winning because I have to get a 50-50 right. Nice. We did it. We did it. We lucked the hell out of this Urshifu, which was my way of beating it, I'm pretty sure. Because now, even though they have Sucker Punch priority, they knock me out, but I still have my Grassy Glide, which is higher priority because they are paralyzed. Again, not the cleanest game. But after they Phantom Force the hell out of me, them saying GG is very... you know what? I'm glad you thought it was a good game. That had to be out of just respect for the game, and not for me. Ooh. Okay. Few things here. I swear I built this team in the beginning of... I swear I built this team. I swear to you guys I built this team. In the beginning of Sword and Shield when we got Urshifu. Not beginning of Sword and Shield, but the beginning of the DLC. I know I built this team. Because it has Crocodile Wicked Blow. Or for the Wicked Blow. I know you're here. Here it is. Ban, Specs, Lightning Rod, Anger Point, Brave Bird, Standard. Damn it, it's outdated, but it's good versus this. Yo, nice team choice, man. I recognize the hell out of that team, man. Of course I have a Skarm and they have Zone, which is guaranteed to be the zone that's gonna like stop you. Have fun, bro. So a few things are going to be important here. I'm assuming they didn't change much. So them not being knocked off on Pex is going to go a long way in this scenario. Gastrodon is gonna wall this. I literally have to lead off. There's two Pokemon I can lead off with. It's Rillaboom and Dragapult. The reason being is they're the only ones that have a good matchup versus this, and this. It's literally that. And like, the problem is that they can also go Rillaboom versus me and smack me. But I like Rillaboom. Did I decide to go Jolly? I decided to go Adamant at the time. Okay, so I'll U-turn here. Me being Jolly in this case really helps out. I do not want to lose to Crook, but I also don't think I will lose to Crook. So I'm just going to give him Scarm. Because it gives me, basically gives me Rillaboom in the process. Oh, I'm not Shed Shell, buddy. Wait. That was a little bit of a misplay on my opponent's part there. They anticipated me to want to go there. So now I go Magnezone because it deals a Corviknight. So that was really big. Like, those turns were really big. You forgot I had Helmet Fram. So that was really big. Like, I got so much out of that because I keep Skarmory alive and I get Corviknight out of that too. Like, you had just... I understand. That's a jam bat level commitment to forgetting right there, or whatever you want to call it. He might be Shed Shell on his, but I'm pretty sure I made it leftovers. Yeah. But either way, that's amazing because Rillaboom's dead, which is something that could be very annoying for Gastrodon, and Gastrodon just looks so solid. But I mean, my thought process was I get rid of Rillaboom, and if I get rid of Corviknight, which I do right now, Rillaboom's guaranteed dead. Like right now he could double, but I don't have to care. I go Clefable. It's a good mid-ground on the knockoff, and I get a free knockoff as well. Getting rid of potentially, well, I get rid of the specs on Zone, which doesn't matter so much. I was kind of hoping to catch the Marowak. I should have went for Rocks, honestly. But I have Gastrodon as a switch-in. They're going to Toxic here for sure. Well, they should Toxic. I'll Scald, though, because if Magnezone dies, then Skarmory actually becomes a Pokemon that's very annoying for my opponent. Oh, they made it Boots. I wasn't Boots, that's for sure. Either way, I get in Clef here. As they go for T-Spike, I am Boots on, but the T-Spike don't affect my team, so I'll get up Rocks just because I want to make sure that the Zone and the Marowak I don't have to worry about, and the fact that they let me get rid of their Boots is amazing. I just softballed up. Yeah, I'm gonna Hex the hell out of them. I'm just gonna get up more spikes too. I don't see myself like necessarily losing, especially with the amount of layers I have up. They're just gonna lose to me clicking Grassy Glide. So yeah, with all these layers up, I think it's a wrap. Doesn't matter if they go Zone now. I don't have to care. Them burning me means I can't even try and catch them. What if they make this sub? Just gonna Toxic, that way I don't have to worry about that mon. Roost, that way if they fire, because I think this is Fire Punch and Shadow Bone. Oh, they made it Poltergeist. Maybe I was Poltergeist too. Either way, I would rather Marowak die. Well, they don't have an extra sack outside of like Rillaboom or something. So Marowak dies here. All my hazards are up. They Flare Blitz just to take a KO there. And at this point, I mean, I just go Pult. It doesn't care about hazards at all. I can U-turn now as well. I think they just got it for Spec Shadow Ball. Crocodile comes out. I always have Clefable as a switch-in. And unfortunately, the hazards are just done the job. That mess up with Magnezone really hurt them. Like, that mess up with Magnezone really hurt them. Because at this point, I just click Woodhammer. Shout out to the Boots. Like, if they didn't mess up like that, it could have been a lot different of a game. That's for sure. Alright. Me getting impatient. I'm just going to go hard this. Just to get up the hazards. And just to get up the grass terrain. That way it'll fit. Well, it's not really impatient. It's more so I get up the grass terrain. That way this mon can't smack me. And we're going to get in zone here. Because basically, this is a guaranteed Thunderbolt for me, because if they go Crocodile, because grassy terrain is up, I never have to worry about Earthquake, seeing as how I have a physically defensive Clefable. Oh, they have high horsepower on this. Duh, did I put that on my build too? No, I did not. I was like, screw it, I have Earthquake anyway. But at that point, they couldn't kill me even with a crit. And I have like a million ways to win right now. I'm just going to go Hard Zone. And click Specs Thunderbolt. Good game, bro. Definitely, again, that's sick. I think this matchup would have been a ton harder if they didn't if they remembered that I had the what's it called? If they remembered that I had the thing. Damn it, man! Why can't I talk? The Rocky Helmet. Now, guys, I kind of want to make this a shorter episode. I'm gonna be honest. I'm exhausted. Not from playing Pokemon, but just like I'm tired. Like I'm physically tired. But or is it mentally? No, I'm not mentally tired. It has nothing to do with that. But yeah, I'm gonna make this a shorter episode. I'm gonna come back with this team as well. So this might be consider it part 1 or 2, I guess you could say. Because I think I'm going to be using this team again, or I'm going to use a variation of this team in the next one. But I really like the Magnezone Rillaboom core, and as much as I want to keep going, just lack of time and whatnot. We're taking our puppy Puka to, obviously we're masked and everything, but they have like a little puppy ice cream thing. It's because she's getting spayed soon, so we wanted to make the month of August like really good for her before they take her vagina. I don't know how they do that, but it's obviously not that, but yeah. So yeah, and I woke up late because I was exhausted. I've been having trouble sleeping, but that is why I'm gonna be going to the doctor. But for the past 3 years I've been having trouble sleeping. But thank you everyone for watching. Definitely not the cleanest of games all around, but sometimes you just gotta play it to your win con. And honestly, versus the Arshifu team, I think that's what it is. But I do have, like I said, I do have a second variation of this build that I'll be using for another one. And we'll keep it at that. So thank you for watching. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Expect another one of those, like, talking videos tomorrow. And they'll be on Saturday, and then I'll do the next part. I might actually just be laddering, like, even off camera. Just because if you don't play 5 games minimum a day, you decay in points. So I might just play, like, 2 more games, like, later tonight off camera. Or I'll just end up recording them and toss them into the next recording. We're making our way back to, I think, where is it? Oh, so we're about to be the 1800s again, which is pretty cool. We had decayed from right here-ish, because I hadn't played in about 5 days when I took a little break because of the tilt. And then, I mean, y'all saw some of the episodes, but yeah. Either way, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.